What's happening, everybody? Yeah, what's happening, everybody? Allow me to welcome you guys to another segment of everything happening with XR. How y'all doing, man? Yeah. So, Speed. I don't think Speed is having his live stream today, but he has currently entered North Africa. So I watched the live stream yesterday. I think it came up early with the whole IRL stream in Egypt in real life. That's the meaning of IRL. So he went to the pyramid. Then from the pyramid, he went to a museum, and that stream lasted for 3 hours 8 minutes. That was quite an interesting stream, and that just shows us why Egypt is the most visited country in Africa. Like when you talk about tourism in Africa, Egypt is number one. That is the most visited country in Africa. Just the Pyramid of Giza alone, the pyramids. And let's not forget, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt, but a lot of people just visit Egypt more. Like Egypt is just the most visited. Archaeologists, different countries trying to discover things and all of that. So Egypt, and he's on the North African, he's on North Africa. That's the geographical location of Egypt on the African map. Is on the North African part. Is on the north side of Africa, basically. So it was quite an interesting one. Looking inside of the pyramid and all of that, getting images. Like even right now, I watch a lot of documentaries myself, so they've been able to give like a 3D representation. But one thing that you learn from that stream is, especially when it was at the museum, is the fact that a lot of Egyptian history, when you ask a lot of the tour guides and all of that, there are still many there are still many bits missing. You understand? Like they can't, if you ask them certain questions as to how they did this, Egypt is the oldest civilization. Egyptian civilization, that was where like civilization actually started. Egypt has the oldest civilization. And if you're a Christian and read your Bible very well, you realize that, well, we will still go by what you see because it's still historical. So there are a lot of things that you would see about Egypt. But one thing you need to understand is when you read the Old Testament in the Bible, when people are looking forward to greener pastures, they go down to Egypt. So that was where civilization started, before the Greek civilization and the Roman civilization that we all look at today. So that stream was quite interesting. Then he came back later. He said it was going to back by that his next stream will begin by in 4 hours time. So according to our time, it started by 15 hours. Yeah, that was 2:15 p.m. So I started watching the stream. Was in the street of Cairo, streaming and all of that. Man, Cairo is a very, very nice place, and the people in the chat were like giving him places to go to. But I would say this here, Arabs are reserved, because one thing I noticed in the chat, a lot of people were like El Egypt, like the energy wasn't there. And that's one thing with Arabs, and I'm happy that Speed is in North Africa right now. So I'm sure that after North Africa, definitely heading down to West Africa. So that's Ghana, Benin, Nigeria. We can't wait for you, Speed. We're waiting for you. Definitely, I'm gonna try to actually see Speed myself when he's in Nigeria. I don't know where. I know he's gonna be in Lagos, but I just hope that the tour guides do not seclude him to the island alone. So that's to the Lake. Nah, he must visit the mainland. He has to visit the mainland. He can't be, because he won't stop at the Keja. I don't want him to take him down to the island and show him the bougie part. He's here to see everywhere. You understand? So, yeah, it was really a nice one. And a lot of people were like in the chat because they were not expecting that craziness, that rowdiness that he got from Ethiopia. Kenya, as in, like, if you talk about Speed's African stream right now, you see Ethiopia, Kenya, and the Zimbabwe stream has been the craziest and the liveliest. Honestly, for me personally, I enjoyed the Eswatini stream. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the Eswatini on a personal level. I actually liked the Eswatini's stuff, and the Mozambique one was they did more, it was more performative on their end, but it was still cool. But the one I enjoyed the most was the Eswatini. They allowed Speed to actually delve into their culture. Like he had a feel of it, and that's what this stuff is about mainly, you feel me? So yeah, so the North African stream, Arabs, that's why I said in the comments, because I was watching it live. So I was like, man, these guys are these guys are pretty much reserved, and that's just the way it is. Like you won't see that craziness there. But they will just, Egypt is a very, very easy. Egypt is literally a tourist attraction, and a lot of these all these archaeologists, they go down there. So it was more of they're using Speed to show you why people should come to Egypt. So it is tourism, and that's why they are the most visited country in Africa. So that's what they were using Speedstream. It was still it was more or less promotional for Egypt. The fact that they were showing off the museum and all of that. So man, but that was just it basically. The Cairo stream wasn't really that. It didn't give that vibe that we got from Ethiopia or Kenya or Zimbabwe. It didn't really give it. It was more reserved and more. It's like, there's that kind of feel you watch if Speed is in Dubai or Qatar, Qatar or Kuwait. That was the vibe that Egypt gave. So now I'm sure that the next country Speed is going to be visiting after Egypt is either Algeria, Morocco, or Tunisia. We definitely won't, but I think he's visiting 4 countries in North Africa, so we're looking forward to it. I don't think he's streaming today, so hopefully tomorrow we're gonna watch it. But I have a feeling that Morocco will be the last country he visits in North Africa, probably because of the AFCON final between Senegal and Morocco. So let's just see, fingers crossed. But I can't wait for the West African stream. That's what I'm really looking forward to, especially the Nigerian stream. You know, now, you feel me? We gotta represent. Honestly, we just gotta represent, man. So yeah, Speed, nice one. Thank you for showing the African culture with your lenses, with your platform and all of that. We really appreciate this shit, and God bless you, man. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon on the next segment of everything happening with XR. I'm still gonna cover it, man.